Many people are writing off Warren Buffett, the world's most successful investor. Should he be written off? Let's have a look at what he's done and what makes him successful and see if he's perhaps an investor that we can learn from at least, and perhaps even beat in the future if we learn his lessons and add some new lessons of today. If you look at the past, Warren Buffett has a fortune that he's amassed, the most successful investor, $76 billion in personal wealth simply by investing his money. He's been written off, he's 89 years of age. They say he's too old. Well, is that the reason? Or perhaps the world's changed and he needs to add a little to his principles. That's certainly what I think. His partner, Charlie Munger, who's so clever, 96 years of age. But we can still learn from these two guys. They've had some great principles that have made them amazingly successful. So what do they like? What don't they like? Well, they don't like tech. So today's world, well, guess what? Evolution has meant that we've moved towards tech. The business world has evolved and changed. But he has invested in Apple and Amazon, and of course, they've been successful. So what are his principles and what can we learn? Well, first of all, he believes you need to understand the company that you're investing. I agree, Warren. You definitely need to understand what you're investing in. Too many people do that when they're buying shares. If you're buying and investing into a company, you need to understand that company. Warren invested, as I said, in Apple, in Amazon. He understood and realized that they dominated their marketplace. And that's the second principle. You need to understand the company and you need to look for companies, in Warren's opinion, that dominate their particular marketplace. Well, you can, of course, invest into things that don't dominate and be successful. But nevertheless, Warren certainly has gained by doing that. And you look at his investments into Coca-Cola, into Gillette, to name but two, that have been successful because they dominate. And it's one principle that certainly can be applied. If you see a company that's going to dominate an industry and you believe it's going to be successful and you understand it, well, then again, shares are speculative, but that can be a very good investment. His best principle of all, for me, is to invest when others are fearful and sell when people are being greedy. Okay, well, so true at the moment. When people are being fearful, when people are making decisions based on emotion, actually, that's a good time to be unemotional and invest in the market. So we can learn from Warren Buffett, we can learn from his success and realize that, wow, if you can invest your money properly, you can actually amass a good amount of money to take care of your financial future. You either use the very best managers, as I would advise as a financial advisor, and pick those people that can manage money well. I believe in that principle. And occasionally I'll speculate on one or two shares if I really have a conviction that something is going to do well. Today's world has changed, and I believe that we are now in a world where we are going to have more home working. We're going to have more people working in a slightly different direction. So picking the right fund manager, having the right sectors to invest your money in is certainly today more applicable than ever. The end of a Warren Buffett era? Okay, maybe you could argue that he's not going to be the number one guy in the future because he's perhaps, in my opinion, not evolved as much as he should have done. But could you write him off? You shouldn't be writing off Warren Buffett, in my opinion. He'll be there or thereabouts. As long as he keeps going, then he will be successful, because those principles that I've mentioned actually do make a difference when you're investing money.